John Reed here again. In our last video, we talked about how to add moons to the planets here in GMAT software. In this video, what we're going to do is show you how to add some of their properties. So again, in the last video, we added the ephemeris to the moon with the NAIF ID. This moon is Himalaya, for example, NAIF 506. And we brought in the SPK file for that. Now, I realized when I opened and closed the software that it threw an error because we hadn't inputted these values for the gravitational parameter and the radius. So that threw an error when I went to close and open the file. And so what we're going to do here, I'll remove this so we can start over, is actually input these values. So where do we find them? Okay, let's start with mu, the gravitational parameter. So we can go over here to this NASA website from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. So we basically can scroll to this planetary satellite physical parameters tab, and I'm going to go down to the moon that I'm looking for here. So here's Himalaya, and we can then go and pull these values. So here is our value for the gravitational parameter. We'll drop that in here. And they also have the radius on this same page. So we've got 85 for the radius. Not sure what flattening is. Maybe I'll come back to that. Okay, now to find the PCK file, and this gives a more detailed description of the shape of this moon and maybe some other parameters as well. And so it didn't require that we add this, but this may be important because a lot of these moons of Jupiter are fragments of moons, and so they have a different width than their height, for example. The different X, Y, and Z axis. Okay, so to populate this PCK file, drop our category there, what we can do is go back to this NAIF website here, go to generic kernels, here's our PCK files in here. Now, instead of going to the README here, I didn't actually find this very helpful, we can go directly to the files. And so basically it's just this one. So these are, here's an older one from 2011, and then these two ones from 2022, and these contain all those radiuses. This seems like just an update of this one. Otherwise, most of the data is the same. So we can click on these, and if we search for the name of the moon, we can see that we have it here. And if we search with its ID 506, we can see, scroll past these numbers, here that it has those values for the radius. Okay, so it has what we're looking for. All right. So to download that file, I'm going to go back out here, and we can just right-click on it like this, save link as, and you can see I've already downloaded the file. And then we can go back to GMAT here, add, find the file, apply, okay, and now when we run our software, the moon will have those parameters.